Goaltenders are also brought to you by Chevrolet. Fine new road. Zach Fucali, as we mentioned, played 5 games last year for Canada in the World Juniors in Malmo, Sweden. .902 save percentage was pretty good, but not good enough in the game against Finland in the semis when he gave up 4 and they lost in the semifinals. But a lot stronger this year and back for a second year. You hear Ilya Sorokin, Islanders draft pick in 2013, plays for Metallurg in the KHL. You'll watch him starting for the Russians.
And welcome to Toronto. 1 week from today, the World Junior Hockey Championship will begin in Toronto and Montreal. Tonight, pre-tournament action has Team Russia taking on Canada. These exhibition games are unlike most you'll see. Very intense and hard-hitting. And Ray, there's a lot on the line for a lot of players, especially those with National Hockey League pedigrees like Sam Reinhart, who began the year with the Buffalo Sabres.
A returnee from last year. Reinhart was a winger last year. He's going to play in the middle to start, at least here for Canada. And I think the greatest compliment that Sam Reinhart has been paid already is that when there's chaos on the ice, he brings calm. There is a poise to watching Sam Reinhart play. It is not speed. It is not overly physical. It's smarts and the ability to distribute the puck. And when I look at the line that he starts with Anthony Duclair and Max Domi, 2 speedsters and 2 scorers, Reinhart's got a huge role this year for Team Canada.
For Duclair and Reinhart, who have played in the NHL, these rinks are customary, but for a lot of players, this is the first time in a National Hockey League building. And there's a lot of Russians on the bench. Doesn't mean any room down there.
I thought they were going to come into the booth here into the middle, and we're off.
Now don't forget, 20 skaters dressed for IIHF competitions, not the 18 of the NHL, so a little tighter on these Air Canada Center benches.
Goaltenders are also
by Point. And Point got ridden off the puck in front of the Canadian bench, moving it ahead to Paul. Nifty move by Nick Paul, back in front, and the shot by Robbie Fabry stopped in tight. Ilya Sorokin now a race for it, and jumping in for the Russians was Morozov, and racing back was Theodore to knock it away for Canada.
What a nice play by Nick Paul. Takes the puck strong to his backhand. Dangerous scoring chance.
By Point.
Dangerous scoring chance. Scored the first real good one. Nick Paul and Robbie Fabry connecting. Nick Paul, who was traded this year to Ottawa in the Jason Spezza deal, gets the puck inside to Fabry. Fabry one-times it from the strong side. That's a difficult one-timer. He almost gets it up over the shoulder of Sorokin. Dangerous scoring chance.
And Dergachev being watched there by Hetherington. Morrissey picks up the loose puck. Up along the wall to Domi, quickly ahead for Reinhart. He's done Duclair on the right side. In comes Sam Reinhart, pulls it back in front, shoots Sorokin to pad save, and the rebound skipped away from Duclair. And Dergachev and Cherepanov steps into him, Pashenko. Along the wall, Nick Paul knocks it down for Canada. Paul runs over Cherepanov, and Cherepanov is slow to get to his feet, favoring his left arm. Now Bowie with it, through the middle for Domi. Max Domi drops for Duclair, when he comes, shoots, Sorokin the save, and the rebound cleared away. Here's Theodore now setting it up. 35 seconds to go on the power play. Bowie with a shot, and Sorokin down, makes the pad save, and hangs on.
Really good shot by Bowie as he takes the pass from Theodore. I've liked the puck movement Canada's had on the power play. Don't forget, they're missing Nick Patan, they're missing Curtis Lazar, they're missing Connor McDavid. There's lots of offense for this Canadian team, and Madison Bowie pounds this, and there's Sorokin in good position, and this puck deflects off his defenseman, Udine. It's the position that allows him to make the stop.
Now Bowie plays it across. Theodore drive, that deflects wide. 25 seconds to go in the power play. Domi through the middle, Reinhart with a shot. And Sorokin got a piece of that. Now Reinhart back with it with a rolling puck. Throws it back in the corner to Domi. Bowie pinches in. Domi back to Bowie. Slides it across to Theodore. Back to Domi. Walks it across the top on the goal line as Duclair flips it back in front. Sorokin knocked it away with the blocker. Vereshchagin about to step out. And now he does. Throws it back across the Fleury. Final seconds, he shoots. Sorokin makes the save. Rebound loose in front for Paul. And Virtanen has it poked away, and Kachev is sent flying at the horn. And now Portuguese shoving breaks out at the whistle. And Darnell Nurse wants to get in there. Now, This is not an officially sanctioned game. However, IIHF protocols do come into place and suspensions can be handed out if something happens in one of these pre-tournament games. Road for the players trying to make this national junior team. Bowie with a shot that goes off a leg, and Bowie gathers it right back up, sends it back in front. Oh, what a save by Sorokin on Anthony Duclair. In tight, he robs him with the glove.
Oh, Bowie goes around the back of the net. He's going across to Fabry, and he heels this pass onto Duclair's stick. And Sorokin makes his 14th stop, and it's a beauty. Bowie chases the loose puck down. Strong play inside. He's going across to Fabry, and he misses the pass. It slides right to Duclair. It's right on the tee. And Sorokin, a strong move from the goal line to the crease, to the mid-crease area to make the glove stop.
Minute and 1 second to go in the 4-on-4. Domi wins the draw back to Morrissey. And Fleury has it down to Domi with Duclair in front. Sends it back to Morrissey and scores! Josh Morrissey gives Canada the lead.
Domi has made this pass from the left wing to the right side of the ice about 4 times tonight. To Anthony Duclair, the first 3, this time to Josh Morrissey. At the tail end of this 4-on-4, he finds the loose seam, and it's Morrissey who shows good patience coming in from the blue line. The Russians get overcommitted on the left side, and that's a beautiful shot from Morrissey, the Winnipeg Jets first rounder who plays in Kelowna, traded to Kelowna this year from Prince Albert. He had 25 goals last year. He puts Canada on the board first here tonight.
Got 7 goals in 27 games this year between Prince Albert and Kelowna. Now Domi comes dashing in again. And Domi throws it back in front. That pass blocked by Pagan. Domi much more of a playmaker than a goal scorer. Time for the OHL lead in points when he left London to come to the Canadian junior camp. Road. Top again by Theodore, drops it off to Paul. Teams are back to 5-on-5 here in the second period, Ray. Nifty move by Paul, drops it back, and a shot right on by Ritchie. Rebound loose in front, Ritchie couldn't wrap it around, diving across to block that with Sheriff Danoff. Now Theodore, top again by Theodore.
Against these players, Bowie ends up pulling him down. And here's Nick Paul, makes another strong pull to the net. Sorokin with a good stop on Ritchie, and then Ritchie's trying to wrap the puck, but he's denied by the Russian defenseman Sheriff Danoff as he comes back to deny Ritchie going for the wraparound into the empty. Against these players.
Wojcicki. Crisscrossing there with Kamenev. Kachev sends it rink wide. Kamenev half caught that one. Loose puck, they score. Might have got it off a Canadian player. And the game is tied at 1 on the Russian power play goal.
This is a miscued shot on the one-timer that Zach Fucale can't handle. It hits him right in the glove and is going to drop into the goal crease. As you mentioned, Gord, lots of puck movement, no shots. Finally, Kamenev is going to take this shot. It hits Fucale in the glove, and the rebound drops down to his left. It's just poked at by Tolchinsky. And this puck goes off of Sam Reinhart into the net. It's a power play goal, and the game's tied.
And the shots are 22-10. 11:45 to go in the second period. Russians will open here in Toronto. Their group plays at the Air Canada Centre. They'll play Denmark on Boxing Day. Canada opens against Slovakia in Montreal. The game circled on everyone's calendar in Toronto. Russia versus Sweden in the round robin. Now Paul with a chance, goes off a leg and wide. They'll play on December 29th. Aiden Fleury with a drive, and that was blocked by a sprawling Morozov, and Morozov shaken up in front of the Canadian bench. The last thing anyone wants to see is a player get hurt in a pre-tournament game. We've seen lots of it over the years, and Morozov is up limping.
Yeah, he got that on the inside of the shin pad. Fleury walks into this really good block by Morozov, except his technique slides off a bit as he slides to his side. He takes it on the side of his leg. There's the shot. It knuckles on Fucale. He doesn't catch it. And Tolchinsky gets the loose puck. He just throws it across the front of the net. And Reinhart, who's coming back to help out, ends up deflecting it in his own zone, or into his own net.
Krause, the official got in the way. Krause, being bothered there, drops it off to Gauthier. To Krause. Peels back in the corner. Josh Morris, he jumps in and shoots. Sorokin makes the stop, squeezes the pads together, and is able to hang on. And now Virtanen involved in a battle in front of the Russian goal.
Josh Morrissey, who's got the Canadian goal, one of the returnees from last year, makes a really good read here. He sees he's got some room down the boards, and when Gauthier leaves the puck for Krause, Morrissey jumps into the play. And Benoit Groulx, who's an assistant last year to Brent Sutter, said when he watched Morrissey at the Subway Series game, he noticed a much more mature, a much calmer player, and Morrissey has been among the better Canadian defensemen here tonight.
Krause, the official. Tobin, up for Mammon.
He's made 7 or 8 just phenomenal stops tonight.
Reinhart ahead to Domi. He's got Duclair with him. Domi back in front for Duclair. Sorokin was down. Duclair wrapper. Oh, what a stop! As Sorokin came diving across to take that away. Now Moran fires. That goes wide. And Domi back on the loose puck.
Tell you, the other Domi never skated around this rink like this. Max, yeah, he can't get me here.
In comes Canada again as Domi is turned away by Sorokin, who's able to squeeze that one. This line, once again, making things happen for Canada.
Domi's been absolutely electrifying tonight. This first play starts way back with Sam Reinhart. Nice gap by Fleury, nice and tight. Reinhart, a nifty little pass, and then Domi's off to the races. When Duclair loses the puck, he almost wraps it around. Sorokin makes the stop, and then they stay on the puck again. This line has been together all week. They haven't varied from Domi on the left, Reinhart in the middle, Duclair on the right. And they have been the most dangerous trio on either team this evening.
For point, walks in, drops it down low, Ritchie. Back to Morrissey. Shoots it through the traffic, and it dribbles down to Sorokin, who knocks that away. Back is Fabry with it. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Fabry did not call the shot. Loose puck in front. What a stop by Sorokin. Loose again. Morrissey is stopped. This time by a defender as Sherov got in the way. Sorokin makes another shot as the power play comes to an end, and Morrissey has it back. A furious scramble. 4 shots on goal for Canada on that power play. Sorokin makes a couple of stops, gets some help from Sherov, and it stays 1-1.
Gord, 3 minutes into the first period, I thought Sorokin looks like Sergei Brabovsky. Watch him move around the net. 2 great stops there, and then he gets an unbelievable assist from his defenseman Vereshchagin, who's going to slide in behind. He's in the crease. The puck is going to bounce out and deflect off him, but Sorokin has just been fabulous in goal for the Russians.
For point, walks in, seeing the shots for Canada. Last 40 minutes rates 36-7. And the long shot dribbles right on. Sorokin makes the stop. The Nurse shot deflected, and Sorokin had to reach out and grab it. And another highlight reel save by this Russian netminder.
Really good shot from Darnell Nurse on the point. He doesn't hammer it. He waits for the traffic. It's deflected in front of the net. The shot's low enough that Krause can get a stick on it. Tipped up in the air, and then Gauthier has a chance. It bounces up over top of his stick before Sorokin, who must be exhausted after 50 minutes of play here with the stop.
Seeing the shots for Canada, and he was just missed by Virtanen as he's looking down at his hand. Long shot off the end boards, a wraparound try, loose puck in front. Great rush there by Tolchinsky, and the puck went right through the crease. Now banked ahead by Point. Hagen goes back, and that will be an icing call against Canada with 3:07 to go. In the third period, the Canadian players will have to stay on.
Gord, you mentioned how in a single elimination tournament, how one break can mean the difference. Imagine this late in the semifinal game, and you got 14 shots on goal, and that's 15. Off a defenseman, it slides harmlessly by the right side.
Tannen comes in as well, and now Reinhart still with it. Chips it down low, and walking out is Fabry. Drops it back to Reinhart, a dribbling shot, and Sorokin makes the save. That's his 50th shot of the night.
Going to be a tired 19-year-old at the end of the night. Good work down low again for Canada. This shot is partially deflected in front of the net as Reinhart's able to release the shot, but Sherroff blocks it. It bounces to the left, and Sorokin with the stop now.
Tannen comes in as well. Valiant plays out ahead. No penalty the play as Sherroff was brought down. Here come the Russians, 2-on-2. Goldobin drops it back for Sherroff. Glove save back and shot in front. They score! Sherroff with the overtime winner with 1:19 to go. And the Russians, despite being outshot 53-20, win the pre-tournament game 2-1 in overtime.
You see Sorokin making his way down the net, down the ice at a snail's pace after a brilliant performance. The Russians break out of the zone. It's a 2-on-2, then a 3-on-2 as the original shot by Sherroff hits Fucale in the glove, similar in a way to the first goal he gave up, and that's a shot that he doesn't handle into the glove. It deflects out. Really nice pass directed back across the net by Goldobin, and Sherroff puts it away. The 20th shot for the Russians is the game winner.
But the hero of the night is Ilya Sorokin, who stops 52 of 53 shots in the 2-1 overtime win. Next up for Canada is Sweden in Ottawa. Still more to come tonight. James Duthie and Bob McKenzie will have more on tonight's game and what's ahead for the Canadians tonight and in the days ahead. That's coming up next.